So we have a situation here, and we could start right out with an Oyxirga. Oyxirga. The origin, that's where the zeros are in these cases. Aha, so we have positive and negative omegas. That's going to be a distinction. Y-axis is omega, x-axis is time. The intercepts are varied. We can read omega and time. The gradient is delta omega over delta t, which is alpha. The rotational acceleration in the area is omega times delta t, which is delta theta. All right, so let's read the situation. We have a disk rotating counterclockwise. Well, let's see. In our unit circle, we say that's positive omega. So it has a positive omega in the beginning. Well, let's just go from there. Let's see. Choice A shows, oh, a negative omega in the beginning. That can't be right. Choice B shows a negative omega to begin with. Choice 3 shows a positive omega, and choice D shows a positive omega. Notice we're at 50-50 just by recognizing that in the beginning, it was the omega was positive. In fact, they even tell us counterclockwise is positive. All right, so now we got to do some more figuring here. Does this change, or what's going on here? When we know conservation of angular momentum says an object in rotational motion wants to keep that rotational motion unless acted upon by an outside torque. So what we see is there's a 20 Newton in this direction, a 40 Newton in this direction, which gives us a net of 20 Newtons in this direction. So this thing is rotating in a counterclockwise fashion, but there is a force tugging it back, slowing it down. So what we should be seeing is the omega decreasing, and eventually it will get to 0. And in choice C, we see it decreases and gets to 0. And in D, it decreases and gets to 0. The difference between C and D now is what happens next. Well, this force in this direction continues to push it in that direction. So not only does it go to 0, it switches direction and becomes negative. And that is why it's choice C. Choice D would be saying that this force brought it to a stop and then it went back, as if it bounced back somehow. That's not at all the case. And that is question 8.